Hello, everybody. Today we're going to be looking at what you should do before you read, when you get the article. This is called previewing and pre-reading. What does it entail? What do you have to do? When we talk about previewing and pre-reading, we're talking about the idea of getting a general idea of the content and the organization of the text. Our goals are to find the author's purpose. What is the article trying to do, to show us, to explain, to warn? We look at the title and we begin to predict questions, and we create those questions in our head. And we begin to see how the information is organized in the text. So, what should we look at, or what should we view? Well, first of all, the title and the heading. We look at the source. Where is the article from? What journal, what magazine, what newspaper? The authors. Who are the authors? Do we recognize them? If there's a blurb, that little sentence or paragraph underneath the title could be one sentence, two sentences, or abstract, and read that. And we look at photographs, pictures, graphs, and read the captions. Now let's take a look at two different articles and pre-read and preview them together. So the first one we're going to look at is called What is a Social Networking Site? And it's a question. So that tells us that the text is going to answer the question. We want to look at the source. Well, here we see how stuff works. We here see how stuff works. And here we have the URL. So what exactly is our source? Is it this or this? Well, this is just the URL. It basically says where on the internet the text or article is being stored. It's sort of like the library. This tells us the name of the site or the journal. So our source here is how stuff works. Now we begin to scroll and look, and do we have any headings here? Yeah, we do. What social networking sites do. So we know that these paragraphs, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, are going to tell us about that. So we have two parts of the article. The first part is going to probably tell us what a networking site is, some kind of definition, and the others, what they do, what it is, and what it does. Let's look at another one. Here we have, again, use of social networking by undergraduate psychology members. We have our authors. Here we have an abstract. So we'd want to read this. And we have our introduction. We have methodology. We have results. We've got a graph. We've got subheadings. Another graph, and conclusions. And what do I see here? Something about the authors and references. So right away, I can see that this is a research article. It's going to tell me about research. So what about the source? Well, I see First Mind, pre-reviewed journal on the internet. Okay, it's published on the internet, and it was published in 2009. Let's take a look at one more. Here we have our title, A Better Way to Rate Green Buildings. And here we have a blurb, LEED sets standards for green buildings, but do green buildings actually save any energy? It's a question. We see our author, and then we begin to see pictures, and we have a caption here. Can you guess which one of these is a green building? Taken at 2 a.m. on July 28. Which one is green? What do we have here? Here we have the date the article was published, spring 2009. We have the name of the journal, Northeast Sun, and of course here's the page number. Again here at the bottom of the page, we have our source. And now we've got a table. And again, the table organizes information. It's worth taking a minute and taking a look at it. And a caption underneath the table that tells us what it's about. These solar panels produce much more electricity. So we begin to see how the pictures give us an idea or support information about the article. I'm scrolling down very quickly, I know. I hope I'm not making you too dizzy. This is the longest article. And again, here we've got something about the author. So let's go back. Sorry about this. To the top of the article, and we begin to see. We've got our title, we've got a blurb, we've got our author. But again, we don't have any sections. So we're going to have to work a little bit harder with this one in organizing the information in our head. So let's go back for a minute and very quickly review. What are we looking for? We're looking for the title, we're looking for the source, we're looking for authors, we're looking at the blurb and the abstract, and photos and captions. And now it's your turn to do some work.